Hey guys, head coach Robert Gray here at Victor Performance, back with your April 1st, your Wednesday, April 1st at home workout. So we'll start, as always, tissue prep. Bang that out real quick. We've got in our programmed warm up dynamic and ISO series. Those links are below on YouTube. Then we're into our jumps, core, and balance. Again, this is the third week of this progression or this phase of training. So these movements should be fairly familiar at this point if you've been following along the entirety of our home workout program. So we've got Haydn. We're doing 4x5 on each side. So we've added a set there, but we did decrease our reps. So four sets of 5 on each side. Then our box bear crawl. We're going 6 steps in each direction, each way. So it ends up being a pretty long bear crawl drill, but very, very effective if you guys have been doing it. And then single leg RDL airplanes. Hopefully this week you guys will have a bit more success with those single leg RDL airplanes if you've been working on them. I know those things are really challenging for a lot of us, but hopefully you're seeing some improvement. After we complete that, we're into our strength, unilateral deadlift, yoga push-ups. We've just added a rep here to our deadlifts, and our yoga push-ups. We're still in that same working rep range. Try to hit whatever you hit last week on these. You don't necessarily need to progress them this week from last week. Just try to maintain what you did if push-ups are something that you struggle with. Now, if you're good at push-ups and you felt like you can progress a little bit, you can always go to a single leg variation of this drill, or add a pause of some sort or a tempo on the way down on those push-ups. Okay, and you'll see a demo of that coming up here shortly. And then your conditioning for today, similar to last week, we have some hill sprints, some shuffles, some back pedals, and then finishing with some more hill sprints. So those shuffles and those back pedals, just to be clear, should be uphill as well. Okay, we're just doing a couple things there, adding a little bit more resistance to the sprint by using the hill, but also taking a little bit of wear and tear off of the joints. Right, as you run uphill, your feet or your legs have shorter distance to go until they get back to the ground. So we are taking some care of those joints. If sprinting and shuffling and backpedaling just isn't going to work for you, it isn't your thing, maybe it causes some joint pain, whatever, you guys are totally free to take that sprinting mindset and put it onto the bike, or put it onto a rower, or put it onto some other cardio machine that you feel confident in, that you feel comfortable with, that you can really push your intensity for short bursts. Okay? All right, guys, coming up, we got some demos of our workout for today.
Okay, guys, so you just finished your dynamic warm-up and your ISO series, and now we're moving on to our jumps, core, and balance section, okay? So same 3 movements we've been doing the past 2 weeks, so we should be really familiar with them at this point. First one is a Haydn, okay? We're jumping off of 1 foot. We're going to land on 2, okay? So I'm going to start on my left, jump into my right, down, out, and then stick that landing on 2 feet. Okay, hold for a count, reset, going back the other way. Okay, during that landing, make sure you're bending through your knees, hips, and ankles, right? Landing softly, and trying to find a level of consistency and confidence in your landing position. Okay, then your second exercise are box bear crawls. Okay, so for these, we're going to be moving in a clockwise fashion for 6 steps, going forward, sideways, backwards, and then the other way sideways, and then we'll go counterclockwise as well, okay? So we'll be down low. We're going to take 6 steps forward, 1, 2, 3, going to 6 once you've done that. Then we're doing 6 to the side. Once you've completed those 6 backwards, and then 6 to finish. That's one direction, and you'll do the same thing going the other way. When you're doing this, make sure your knees are low, your belly button's pulled in, we're holding on to our brace as we do it, okay? And then finally, making sure that you're going left arm, right foot, or vice versa, right? So it needs to be an opposite arm, opposite leg stepping, okay, with each rep. Okay, once you've completed that, then you're onto your single leg RDL airplanes. So we're shifting our weight over, getting into our hinge. Okay, and now we're opening and closing the hips. Okay, if you did yesterday's workout, that was part of our warm-up. What I'd like you to do is try to count within each set how many times you lose your balance or you have to put your foot down, okay? Obviously our goal will be 0, but if we can, across the 3 sets, keep that total loss of balance under 5, that'll be a good execution for the day. All right, so once you've finished your sets and reps for the jumps, core, and balance, we're into our strength. Our strength for the day is a unilateral deadlift and yoga push-ups. Okay, so for our unilateral deadlift, I have the kettlebell, okay, but I also have this gallon of water here, okay? So the gallon of water is about 9 pounds. If you guys were to fill this with some small rocks, okay, you could get that thing to be much, much heavier, okay? So regardless of what you're gonna use, we're gonna have the object in one hand, okay? The other hand won't have anything in it, okay? And those of you that have been with us at Victor Performance, or if you've ever used a trap bar before, or a hex bar to deadlift, we kind of want to envision like we're going to be doing a trap bar deadlift. Okay, so that even though this hand doesn't have any weight, I'm going to visualize as if it does. Okay, going into my hinge pattern, hips go back, chest comes down and forward. Okay, and I'm resisting being pulled off center, right, as I move. Okay, essentially I'm just trying to make it look like I have weight in both hands as I'm going through my deadlift pattern. Okay, all right, so we've got 10 reps on each side for that unilateral deadlift, and then we're into yoga push-ups. Okay, as always with our plank-based movements, our tensioning and our positioning is the most important thing here. Okay, so if you need to find an elevation for you so that you can find your abs, your glutes, and your quads on every rep, okay? Our yoga push-ups, once we find that good plank position, we're lowering down to below 90 degrees and then pressing out and into a pike in one motion. Okay, before doing the next push-up, I'm gonna return to my plank, make sure I've got the right position before going into the next rep. Okay, you've got anywhere between 10 to 15 reps there. That's just gonna be based off of access to an ability to scale, right? And you just kind of got a window of reps for you to work with, okay? Once you've completed your 4 sets of the strength, then we have our conditioning. Okay, conditioning today is hill sprints, just like it was last week. We're a little bit shorter with each sprint this week though. We've got 20 yards, so it'll be 6 20-yard sprints, then 4 10-yard side shuffles per side, then 4 20-yard back pedals, and you'll finish with 2 more 20-yard sprints. All right guys, once you're done with that, you're done for the day. Good work.